Howdy, everybody. It's your pal Misty. Welcome back to VLogMas. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. We have a fun live stream for you tonight, and I have a very good friend of mine so far who has joined me, Deanna. Deanna, would you like to tell the people? You know what, Deanna? Let's give it a minute. Let people join, and then you can tell them more about yourself, okay?
Okay.
Just in case. I'm sure most people who are here know you, but you never know. Um, but yeah, I think it's interesting that we've been talking about the journaling, so we may circle back around to that a little bit, because I'd like to. One of the topics tonight, and one of the topics that we discussed in our Fit Squad chat after workout was goals, and then non-scale victories. So I want to talk about one of those things this evening as well. Thank you, everybody who's here. We appreciate it. I'm just going to give it a few minutes to let people start to join. Hello, Mary. Thank you for joining. Hello, Aretha. I appreciate you joining. Hello, Mama. Mama says hi, Deanna. So if, Mary, I doubt you want to join. Aretha, if you'd like to join the live stream, I'd happily send you the link. If you'd like to join our little group live stream we're having tonight, I have a link that I can put in the chat here, or you know what? Let me just go ahead and do it. That way, if anybody jumps in, I can always tell them that the link is there, and then I can post it a couple of times throughout the live stream. So the goal that we have for tonight is to open Lego and Chalk Zero Advent. Deanna, while we're sort of waiting, would you like to tell the people what you're going to be working with tonight?
Oh, sure, I would. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Nice to see you. I'm going to be multitasking and playing with my Silk and Sonder journal. I just got it in the mail, so I'm super excited. So it's kind of fun. There's like a habit tracker and a mood tracker and a sleep tracker, and then you set your intentions and you do reflections and all kinds of things. If you're familiar with Pine Trees and Stars, she has a flip through of the journal on her channel. So if you want to check that out, go to Pine Tree and Stars, check her channel out because she's got a great flip through of it. But it's my new little gift to myself for Christmas. So I'm excited to kind of do it, and it'll be fun. It's just a fun little hobby. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's nice. I have seen LB is Pine Trees and Stars. That's her channel. So I have seen LB's flip throughs, and I mean, it is interesting, and they're very pretty. So I can see where they're like fun to use. And then I've seen people, even like LB, who, and I'm sure you do, probably add to and decorate it and things like that. So a few other people stopped in. Natasha, hello, Natasha. Thanks for being here. And Nikki, hey, Nikki, thanks for stopping by the live stream. And Aretha, your mic isn't working. That's a shame. We'll do more group live streams, Aretha. I'd love to have you on to have a chat. Aretha is doing amazing on her weight loss journey as well. So we're going to just hang out this evening and then decide what topic we want to speak on. If, again, anybody wants to join the live stream, I have put the link in the chat. Just click on the link. I can add you to the stream at any time. No pressure. We're just here to have fun, have a good time, which I always have a good time with Deanna. Deanna's with me on the Fit Squad. We were the OG Fit Squad, Deanna. She posted the link, and I don't know which one of the two of us was even first. It was like that day we were both like, done, got it, I'm in. Let's work out, coach. Let's go. So yeah, when was that? Like March? I was trying to remember.
I have no idea. March sounds about right.
Yeah,
I can't believe it's been that long.
Because I was with my mom. I remember when we did our first workout, and I want to say it was Mardi Gras. So it was like end of February, March, something like that. So we're coming on about 9 months, I think.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I think, you know what? Actually, I think I saw that because Amy was saying something about she knows how long she's been working out because she looks at how long she's been a member.
Huh.
And so there's a place to look to see how long you've been a member. But yeah, it's been like 9 months. Deanna and I have both been doing the Saturday workouts, missing very few workouts. We're always there. So Thank you, Aretha. Don't forget to hit the like button when you come in. I never, ever remember to tell people that. I say it at the end, but I do never remember to say it during the live stream. But yeah, if you could like the live stream, it does help promote engagement and bring people to the channel. So yeah, I appreciate y'all being here on Saturday night. Deanna, do you ever do any type of Advent? Or have you ever done any type of Advent? I'm just curious.
No, I haven't.
No?
Never.
Are you tempted?
No.
It's fair. Some people are like, I don't do Advent. And I'm
Actually,
like,
I am. After last night, I had an interesting experience story of a Advent calendar. So my branch manager, we went to his holiday party last night, and their neighbors, they have 25 neighbors that participate in the 25 beers of Christmas. So each neighbor is assigned a day. And on that day, between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m., you deliver one beer to each of the 25 people. And so you get one beer every day for 25 days, but then they have a rating sheet that they have to rate the beers. And then they're going to have a party at the end to reveal who selected the best beer. And I was like, man, if I had 25 friends to get together and do something like that, it wouldn't have to be like beer or anything. Man, could you imagine like if it was like, let's do a keto treat Advent, like, gift exchange, and everybody gets assigned a day and then you rate them all, or, there's just so many different
it could take it
variations. That would be
yeah.
Amazing. But first I'd have to have like 25 friends.
Well, I mean, you definitely have 25 friends, but we're not all close together. So, I mean, you have hundreds of friends, Deanna. Don't forget. But yeah, no, that would be cool. I bet we could figure out some way to do that. Maybe we could look into some way to do that next year. I think that'd be fun because it is kind of like an Advent because you don't know what you're getting for the other 24 days. So it's still a
surprise. Or like a card or something that you could just like stick in an envelope and mail to people. And then on the outside of it, put like, don't open until this day.
Yeah.
So that even if you mailed it early, they knew they had to wait to open it.
Right. And you're part of the exchange. So to be paying attention to that's why you need friends like Deanna. Because I never think of stuff like that, but that would be fun. That'd be cool. Aretha says she likes Advent. She sent her daughter a Halloween Advent calendar. It was a Nightmare Before Christmas with ornaments and chocolates. Oh, that's cool. I love the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And Mary says, but she does love beer, so she's still in with you. She's still in with you on that one. I'm not the biggest beer fan myself. I will drink it, but I'm not one of those that goes, oh, tastes like this and it's delicious because of these
No,
I'm not one of those people. It would be hard for me to rate a beer. I'd be like, beer. Yep. Check. You're right. This was beer.
That was beer. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a big beer drinker. So, but yeah, no, that's a cool idea. We'll have to think on that. And by we, I mean not me, but I'll keep bringing it up for you and other people to hash out a good idea. Look, Mary's in, then y'all, we got a plan because she's a planner. Mary can be a planner.
I always say that to people, and by we, I mean you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me just clarify. I didn't mean I was going to help. I was just going to be there. I was going to be around.
Yeah.
I have to insert myself somehow. All right. Okay, little buddy. I got to do Lego, so thank you. Sorry, Barnum's been in my lap this whole time. All right, so we are about to start with Lego Advent.
It's a ship kind of day.
It's a ship kind of day.
I feel a ship coming.
It is a ship kind of day. And I mean, we got time for a ship tonight, so we can definitely do that. So Deanna says ship. If you're new here and you're watching the replay, thanks. And your objective is to guess what type of object we're going to get out of our Lego Advent this evening. Is it going to be an ship, which would be a good one for this evening? Is it going to be a building? Is it going to be an artillery, some type of gun, something that shoots somebody, or a person? Which we just got C-3PO last night, so I'm gonna guess a ship as well, because we've been getting a lot of ships, and we've been getting some good ships, and it does feel kind of like a ship kind of night. You're right. I will remind you, Mary, that's what I'm good for. See,
Yeah.
I'm not good at being crafty. I'm good at going, remember you said that we could do this fun thing? How do we do that? And I just keep on it. All right, Mary says artillery. Mama says gun. I knew what you meant, Mama. Natasha says artillery. There it is, gun. Okay. Day 10.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, dang, the one time I always start in the top left-hand corner. The one time I don't, there's day 10. All right. Deanna and I are going for ship. I mean, you can give it away, Deanna, if you want to, but all right, 1, 2, 3. Look at it.
I can't tell what it is.
I know. I figure most times, unless it's a person, and if you can't tell what it is, it's probably a bad sign for Misty. So let's take a look.
It's a weapon.
Oh, what is that? It's a building.
It's a building.
It's got that thing on the top, so I bet it's a gun. I think y'all were right. That said gun, and like everybody
Artillery.
said it. Everybody said gun. Everybody said gun except for me and you, Deanna.
Oh wow!
Like everybody said gun, and I think it's a gun of some nature because it's got the little antenna on the top. Y'all are killing it already this evening.
Pew,
Hold
pew,
on,
pew,
I'll
pew,
put that
pew,
away.
pew.
Like I didn't need the instructions on how to build this thing. So I'm going to get out all the pieces, and they are just all a bunch of little tiny, thin pieces. Oh, look at this. There's like 5 guns. How did I not see that?
Hello, Carolyn.
Oh, no, they don't look. What, Carolyn? Huh? Oh, hello, Carolyn. Hi, friend. Thanks for dropping by the chat. Can y'all see those?
Oh,
Don't they look like little tiny guns here. All right, so we have a base. We have a thing that sits on there, and then a thing that sits on there. Oh, man, this is going to go together so fast, I feel like. Oh, I shouldn't have said that out loud, though, huh? I might have jinxed it, but I don't think so. Carolyn, I watched Olaf Presents. Oh, my God, it's too funny. It's too funny. The Lion King, when he is explaining like the death of Mufasa, it's like the longest, but he doesn't die yet. And then this, and then, but he doesn't die yet. It shouldn't be funny. I feel like that shouldn't be funny. And yet I found it hysterical. All right, look at that. And just like that, we're done with this Lego. Ta-da! It's and like I guess this top part shoots. What it shoots, I don't know. And Will's not here, so the world may never know because Will is my Star Wars knows what it is person. Why am I holding these in the hardest way possible? I don't know. But there's another. This is for Tasharia. Hey, Tasharia. There's a little gun and a little antenna thing as our extra pieces. And these are our extra pieces so far. Oh, I forgot to put some in there. So that's it. We did not get a ship. We got a piece of artillery, which means pretty much everybody else was right. Kudos to y'all. Oh, yeah, it's the circle. Yeah, it was really funny. So I was having a bit of a moment earlier, and I was talking to Carolyn. And I don't even know exactly how we came around to it. And she's like, you should watch Olaf Presents. And I was like, I don't know what that is. I know why. Because we were talking about Olaf specifically. And then she showed me that little baby Claire has a new Olaf like wall decoration. And so she was saying that they laugh at this Olaf Presents. And I was like, I haven't seen it. But it's basically, if you've ever seen Frozen 2, he explains Frozen 1. But it's like hysterical the way he recreates it. He does the same thing in this for like The Little Mermaid, The Lion King, like a bunch of different popular movies. So Oh, look, Natasha's here. It looks like one of those things from Tatooine, maybe a water harvester or a communications tower. It could be a tower, but the last time we had one of those weird antenna things, it was a gun. I don't know. I don't, Mary, that's nice of you to say that I'm so much better at my Legos this year. I don't know that that's necessarily true. Or maybe I am. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm getting better at consistency, right? That's something that we always talk about, Deanna. We always talk about consistency. Yep. I've been consistent in building Legos every year for the last, I don't even know. I need to go back and look. It's either been 4 or 5 years. I know 4 years for sure I've been doing Lego Advent because I know at least since 2019, but I think maybe even 2018. So look up moisture harvester from Tatooine. I think that's it. All right, let's do it.
What do you do with all of them?
I keep them on my shelf. I have a shelf that is, oh yeah, that is exactly what it is. Yep, Natasha wins. That is what it is, a moisture harvester. So it's not artillery. I'm still going to let y'all win because I called it, but it's definitely a building, which is what I've been asking for how long? It's fine. Maybe just take the compliment, Nikki. Okay, I did. See, I fixed it and I turned it around and I was like, maybe I am. Is it because I keep saying maybe? Or both? It could be both. It could be both. We can just say it's both. So that way y'all everybody's a winner. I'm drinking a Coke Zero. I had someone tell me the other day that Coke Zero was extremely bad for me and that I should stop drinking it. And I told them that I personally felt like it was better than the 150 pounds that I've lost. So I'm going to keep drinking it when I want one. Everybody makes their own decisions with what makes them feel the best, right?
Exactly. I don't know.
Deanna's like, I'm not even going to go there.
Of all the bad things in the world, you could really be doing much worse.
And was adamant, like, that's going to kill me.
Oh.
They're going to kill you. I was like, I think the 150 pounds would have killed me quicker than a diet soda, probably. But maybe that's just my thought on it. And that is true. My body, my choice. I mean, not always the way that you think of that, but yeah, true. All right. We are going to get into Chalk Zero Advent, which is chocolate. First up, milk chocolate. Again, if you're new here, we are guessing the shape that comes in the box. Oh, Carolyn got her dark chocolate. Yay. Are you going to open extra every day? Because, I mean, you could open almost 2 a day. Just saying.
Ooh, even better.
Right? Hey, Diana. Thanks for coming. Michelle is guessing a candy cane. Diana is guessing a tree. I haven't even guessed. Mama's guessing a bell. Mary's guessing a gingerbread man. Deanna, what are you guessing? You need
snowflake.
Me to go snowflake. All right. Yeah, we have snowman, snowflake, gingerbread man, tree, Santa, reindeer, present. Those are the ones that I have confirmed. Oh, you've already ate 3 today. All right, Carolyn. Get caught up, friend. Get caught up. That's fine. Diana's waving. Carolyn says gingerbread man. Okay, I mean, we haven't had a snowflake in a long time, and they are like a thick piece of chocolate, which sounds good. But I'm afraid if I guess with you again, I'm going to make you not a winner. Oh, that's what I was going to go with, Natasha. I was going to say tree. I'm going to go with tree.
Tree?
Yeah, I want a tree. Oh, we got a double tree the other day, though. I still want a tree. It's got a little, I don't know, what is that? Some kind of jar, like a mason jar, I guess? I don't know exactly what that is.
It's a candle.
It's a candle?
It's a candle. It's a jar candle.
Oh, I should have known that.
Maybe.
My mom owns a candle supply company, so I probably should have known that. And they do jar candles. I wasn't thinking of it like that because theirs don't have the narrow. They're wide, so it'll. Okay.
Good night.
Natasha, where are you? Natasha, look at us! Look at us winning! We got a Christmas tree.
Yay!
No chocolate Christmas tree. All right. So I'm 1 for 2. I mean, I feel like one of the good things about having 3 different Advents is sometimes I'm right at least once. And that makes me happy. Next up, same game. Dark chocolate. Oh, I'm going to post the link again while we're waiting. If anybody would like to join the stream, you do not have to be a content creator. You just need the link, which will once again in the chat what, Misty? Start again. It will be in the chat by the time I got that sentence out. It'll be there. So if you're interested in joining, click on the link and I'll add you to the stream. Dark chocolate. I'm going to go with this time I'm going to go with snowflake. I think it's a snowflake. I think I want a snowflake. I think that's what it is, to be honest. Mary says Santa. Oh, Diana agrees. It's a candle. Diana says snowflake. Carolyn says gingerbread man. Natasha says gingerbread man. Michelle says candy cane. I know you want a gingerbread man. You can vote for the same thing until you get it. I mean, that's what I do a lot of the times. So today, though, I want a gingerbread. Or no, don't say gingerbread man because it's right there on the screen, Misty. I want a snowflake. Day 10, dark chocolate. So ridiculous. Nobody guessed. We were all wrong, everybody. Do y'all want to take a second guess and see if you can guess what it is on the second go round?
No.
I'll just show y'all. It's a reindeer.
A reindeer.
Why is it so hard? There we go. I think maybe my laptop is way farther back than it normally is, so it's messing up my. Oh, you got something festive with reindeer? Oh, of course. I love it. Yay! Now it's a party. Now we have a Christmas party. Reindeer. Well, look at y'all guessing, and y'all all guessed reindeer. What do you know? Y'all were right. Yay! Y'all were right.
Reindeer. Oh.
I love it. I love your little wall, too. You have the little Santa hat and the little stockings back there. Mama guessed a star. Wasn't a star. It wasn't even a snowflake star this time, Mama. Very sad, very sad. So I'll ask you, Deanna, first, if you have any preference on topics. The 2 that I would like to either speak about goal setting, which I think you're very good at actually, or non-scale victories, which I also know you have several of and believe in as well. Do you have a preference to topic?
Well, goal setting's top of mind because talked about it earlier a little bit. So goal setting, I think.
That's the one I would prefer. Yeah, that's the one I would prefer today. So I think since Deanna and I are on screen, we win. So I think that's what we'll do. Because I make the rules, and it's my live stream, and you were kind enough to join me this evening. So yeah, we talked about goal setting in our Fit Squad chat after our workout this morning. We often use our time after workouts to, me, uses it to ask questions about form and different things like that. And other people stay while I do that. So, but today we just had a little sit down about goal setting. And one of the reasons that came up was our coach, Kirsten Quick, did a live stream with the Fitness Friends, which is a group. It's Paul at Dev Runner, Daniela Joy, our coach, Kirsten Quick, And then they always have a special guest. So this month's special guest was Aaron with Fit Lab. And they talked about goal setting. And I was with Amy, and we were watching it together after we did our boxing circuits. And I put in the chat, that I'm glad we're having this conversation because I'm not good at goal setting. And they were all like, "Oh, no, you're great. What are you talking about? You set wonderful goals. You've achieved so much." And I'm just sitting there going, who are they? Amy, who are they talking about? Because I don't feel like I'm a good goal setter. I feel like I like to challenge myself, but I don't feel like I set goals. Right? And it's
Yeah.
tricky because I it's still hard for me to set a goal. Like, I know what goals are. And so I'm sorry, I'm going on a little bit of a rant, Dan, and then I'll let you talk too. Maybe you'll get on a rant because I love a Deanna rant. But so we talked about SMART goals. So for anyone who is unfamiliar with goal setting, one of the most popular styles of goal is to set a SMART goal. It stands for specific, measurable, and then I've heard either achievable or attainable, same kind of thing, right? Realistic or relevant for the R, and timely. So one of the things that I said today, and I was talking to Amy about it during that chat, was I do love a SMART goal if a SMART goal has a behavior behind it. And the example that I gave was I can set a SMART goal of I'm going to get 10,000 tracked steps every day. And then I can sit in a chair and do like this. And on my tracker, it's going to give me steps. Because I always shock myself. I'll be talking to y'all and I'll be like, what is happening? And I'll be like, oh, I hit all my steps. Well, that happened the other night on a live stream. It's not the most accurate representation of what you're doing, right? So I could meet that goal, but did I change any behaviors that benefited me by sitting there and moving my arm a bunch to get to my goal, right? And I don't think so. I think people will set goals and then like they want to cheat that goal a little bit, but that defeats the purpose of the goal. Because I work in a call center environment, right? And so I remember when I was very first starting and I learned about SMART goals and I was explaining it to a member of my team. And I was like, so what I want you to do is I want you to lower your average handle time from 600 seconds to 500 seconds within the next 30 days. It is specific. It is measurable. It is achievable. It is realistic. And it was timely. It was a SMART goal. Crushed it. Got way under 500 seconds. It was like 420 seconds. I was so proud. I was so proud. Then I found out they were hanging up on every third call. Because if they did that, their average handle time went down. So they met my goal. They made it happen. But was it a good change? No, right? So one thing that I want people to think of is when you are setting a goal, to make sure that you're setting a goal that is a SMART goal for you, but that it is behavior based. So there's a different way to set a goal. And if you set a goal like I want to drink 64 ounces of water, every day for the month of January, as an example, as a goal, right? It is a SMART goal again. And it's changing a behavior because it's getting you to consistently drink water every day. Now, may you meet the 64 ounces every day? I don't know. So does that mean you failed your goal? And that's sort of where my struggle is when I say I want to drink 64 ounces of water a day for 30 days, I think of that as a challenge. My brain doesn't think of that as a goal. I don't know why. I'm just being honest. My brain just doesn't think of that as a goal. So I'm just curious. The challenge is the goal. So, and that is
challenge is the goal.
Yeah. So that's something that Elle said. One of the ladies, Elle, she was like, what if you told yourself that you were challenging yourself to meet a goal? And I was like, because y'all know my brain is different, it's special. It's just special. And sometimes I have to trick my brain into it. But if I can trick my brain, because it's all about buy-in, right? You got to have the buy-in. But the thing is I got to buy into it first, or else ain't nobody else going to buy into it. Like, I got to be there first buying into it for myself. And it's hard for me to buy into it sometimes, but I like that idea of the challenge is the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Carolyn says, have y'all heard of an app called Finch? It's like goal setting meets self-care meets Tamagotchi. There's even little exercise videos. It's super cute. You have a little baby bird you take care of. So you do different things like around health and fitness to keep your little bird alive. Oh, Carolyn has the app. Her bird's name is Pickles. She checks in with you and sees how you're doing. I have never heard of that. I mean, I realize Finch is a bird, so it's an appropriate name. But that's interesting. And I'm curious now, does anybody else, I'm going to throw it to you too in just a second, Anna, but what I'm curious is, how do you feel about goal setting? Do you have any goals? How do you feel about goal setting? And do you I know you set goals, so do you have any tips? Do you have any words of advice? I just really don't feel like I'm good at it. I don't.
Misty, you're having a sit-up moment. That's all I got to say about this. You're having a sit-up moment.
My brain does not understand.
That's all this is. Like, every single month, you're like, you have a goal. Your goal is to participate in Kristen's challenge of the month and to do it every day. And you know what you do? You achieve that goal by participating in it every single day. But you just say, I'm just participating in this challenge.
Because it's a challenge.
Your goal is to participate. Your goal is to participate. And you met the goal.
Yeah, well, because that's what I told Amy. I was like, she's like, what if I asked you right now, Misty, what is your goal? To be healthier. That's it.
Yeah, to show up for yourself every day. Yeah. You know what you did? You did that. You do that. You know what? There are days that you don't.
Yeah,
you have rare days where you take a day off.
Yeah.
And you give yourself permission to take the day off. And that's actually part of being healthy, is taking that day off, is taking that one meal break or that one moment break from. That's part of your being healthy, because it keeps you sane in your head. But
yeah, it does. It does. You're not wrong about that.
You're setting goals all the time and achieving them all the time. You just don't call them that. But but you're doing it. We see it all. We all see it as, look at Misty crushing another goal. But you're just like, you just don't even use. It's just not your verbiage. It's not your language. You don't need to define it as that.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I accomplish tasks. I feel like, but that's true. I guess it is perspective in what you consider a goal.
Yeah.
I mean, I do the challenges. You're right, and I do them every day. And and part of the challenge for me is also reporting on Facebook that I did the challenge, because that's what I've made part of the challenge for myself. But again, I see it as me against me in doing something, right? Because, and I guess here's what it is. Here's what my brain keeps telling me, my crazy brain, thanks for coming along, is if I'm doing a challenge, I'm challenging myself to do the very best that I can. But if I don't meet it, that's okay, because it's a challenge. Whereas I almost feel like in my brain, if I say I set a goal and then I don't meet it, I've failed in some way. Does that make sense?
Oh, it does make sense. It's a protective measure. Probably. So that you don't fail, so that you don't, have to feel like. That's where goals can be somewhat negative, because if you don't meet your goal, then you have to feel a way about it. And that can set you back, versus if you're just challenging yourself and you don't meet it. That's okay. I challenged myself. I didn't do, 100%, but I did 97%. And that's freaking awesome. But a goal is like black and white.
That's what,
Win or
yeah,
lose.
you know what? I think it is a protection. I
So
think
it's if I don't have to look at it as a goal, that as long as I'm doing something and I'm trying and I'm putting the effort in, I win.
I do, yeah, and I feel like I'm winning. I mean, y'all know that. I don't
And you
hide that.
are winning.
I feel accomplished. I feel like I've done really well the last year. My word of the year was evolve. I think I've absolutely done that. I think I'm even much different than I was at the beginning of the year. But yeah, I think it sometimes setting a goal is scary
Mm-hmm.
because what if I don't meet that? But if I
Mm-hmm.
challenge myself to do my very best, I feel like I can do that all the time. And I think that's why, like, I like the walking challenges that Derek does right over at Derek's Journey, because I still never challenge myself against other people, like a comparison thing, right? Because there are some people who get,
Oh, I
hundreds.
can't compete.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm just not. It doesn't even interest me to try. But
No.
I will set, like, the only goal recently that I could think of that I set was to hit 420,000 steps. But I still didn't call it a goal. I set up a challenge group. Right? Like, it was to challenge
Yeah.
yourself. And several of you joined from my Discord. And a lot of you, and Mary, I'm going to call you out. Mary specifically said, I'm not looking to hit 420,000. I want to see how many, because it's a challenge. How many can I get close to that goal? Right. And those are the things that I like. And I said this morning. I don't know, because I know you had to drop at some point, Deanna, but I said this morning. I think part of it is I never set goals because I didn't see a future to set a goal for. And now it's turned scary. So yeah, I think you're right. I think that I think it's the way that I'm looking at a goal versus that's interesting. Oh, I hear like cats jingling bells back there or something. What's going on? All right, sorry. I was so lost in the chat. I got it. Sorry. If you have any thoughts, Deanna, feel free to share. I just kind of,
No.
it's interesting. Hello, Marcy. I'm sorry you're still not feeling well. Man, there's so many people sick. And Teresa, we are talking. Teresa, if you'd love to join the live stream, I can post the link again, or you can stay in the chat. But I think probably by now, because I think this came through a while ago, we're talking about goal setting and the difference between goals and challenges, which evidently is just how you look at it, right? Uh-oh, Carolyn. I mean, I hope it stays alive. Don't kill your little bird. Don't kill Pickles. All right, Carolyn. Enjoy. Have a good evening. Thanks for stopping by. She's hanging out with her parents tonight. The words you use for me matter because I'm very literal in a lot of ways, and sometimes it's about tricking my brain, and sometimes the words that I use can trick my brain into doing it, right? Especially in the beginning, because, and we've talked about this a little bit, Deanna. When I first started, I didn't want to start because I couldn't do everything that everybody else was doing, was how I felt about it. So then I just didn't even want to start. But then once I changed my mindset on that, is that a modification is a stairway to success versus me not being real good at something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That helped change that mindset. But when it comes to goals, and I guess
like your goal this year would be to, like, on one of the exercises, to change your modifiers or to not have a modifier, to be able to do XYZ without a modifier and do it regular, the way that, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just that, or, by the end of the year to be able to, do 10 burpees easily. You probably already can do that.
I can't even do a regular burpee. Well, I can't say that I can't do it. I haven't tried recently, and I need to probably try. Anyway, no, I get what you're saying. Like, pick a few things, see where I am now. But again, that feels like a challenge. But if I set it as
it's either or, tomatoes, tomato.
Right? It's the same. If I challenge myself to do this by this date, I have set a goal.
Yeah.
To do it, basically. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. And I think another thing that I need to think of is like just goals outside of not just fitness, but in health, but just in general, just goals, because that's something that I'm not, I, I spend very much time in the moment, in the present, because the future has always made me nervous and anxious. And so I don't forward think very often. And that's the truth. And I think that's another reason why I have goals, because I don't even know what I want to be working on in 30 days. So what do I work on now to get to a place where I can do something different in 30 days? I don't know. However, my brain understands it. I mean, how did y'all's brains? Well, let me ask this, or Deanna, I'll ask you too in chat. Do y'all have any goals? Or or you don't have to share what they are even, but do y'all have any goals for 2022 or 2023? Are you going to set goals or New
Yeah.
Year's resolutions? Maybe we should. What do you feel about New Year's resolutions?
Oh, I don't do New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, I don't really either.
I do, but I don't. I like to say that I don't, but I do. It's a big lie that I tell myself, but I still, yeah, I sit down, I say, yeah, I want to do this, this, and that, and whatever. But no,
Yeah,
I have a goal, and I'm going to seriously, I'm hitting this goal this year. Like, there's no like,
I mean, I saw
my
your
brain
goals.
has flipped off and it's mad at me. But we're hitting 199.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Just period. Like,
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm over it.
Yeah, do it. Just get it done. Yeah, you can do it. You can totally do it. Yeah,
that's the goal. Like, that's
yeah.
the
I mean,
goal.
that was my goal for the year. I had 2 goals for 2022. One goal was to get under 200 pounds, achieved. And then the other one was to have 1,000 subs. Didn't hit that. In fact, I've lost like 5 subs since I started doing live streams. You gotta love YouTube. I don't even have 700 again, but maybe one day we'll get up to that. Maybe I'm going to set that goal again. I think I've been setting a goal of 1,000 subs for 3 years, just because that's the goal that you are supposed to hit for monetization. So,
yep, January. That's when everybody picks back up. Everybody's on diet break right now.
I know. Everybody's waiting for the first of the year. Why? Stop waiting. Stop waiting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for making a plan. Like, and here's the thing: it's not even that I can say anything about picking a date, because I picked a date. I picked February 2nd, 2020, because again, I know the way my brain works. My brain likes something to remember, and dates are important. And that was, the same forwards and backwards. So for me, that's a great date, because it's a fun number date, right? And I'm like, that's when I can start. Now, did I go off plan? Did I eat bad foods? Would I go like that for my birthday that year? I probably had like 40 taquitos over the course of like 2-3 days. Like, I mean, I was not eating food that was making me, I was miserable and sick my whole vacation, right? So I'm not saying I've been perfect since February the 2nd, but that's when I started, with the way that I ate. And then it changed from there. But
I don't like dates for goals, for like, I want to achieve this goal by this date, because I am a procrastinator.
Yeah.
So I think, oh, I got time. Why complete that project early? I got time.
Oh, okay.
Time.
So you just need to do it now, because if you set a date, then you have time to procrastinate before you get. That's very interesting. See, I feel like if I had to go, I would just get right to it, and I would just want to do it real fast. And so I need to be careful with that too, about just doing it so fast. That's very interesting. That setting a date will make you procrastinate it, huh?
Yes, for me. Like time and time again, I fall into the same trap over and over again. I think, oh, let's do this. Let's set a date. Let's procrastinate. Like,
now 3 days to meet this goal.
It's like, I'm a huge procrastinator. It's terrible. So no date. Just this week I got to work on this.
Yeah.
Forever.
Teresa says she's working on defining. She's working on a vision board. I know in one of our live streams last year, Cheryl worked on a vision board. Marcy says she wants to lose at least 40 pounds by your daughter's dance recital in June so the chairs don't hurt your back and can sit through the whole thing. That's great.
Teresa and I are accountability partners offline, and we're going to share our vision boards with each other privately.
Nice. That's nice. It's good to have accountability partners in different respects, even in different aspects of your life.
Multiple.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I have different accountability groups that I use. No, Ruby, chocolate's not for dogs. I'm sorry. So Teresa says that she has a milestone birthday in 2023, so it's motivation to get some goals done. For me too, when I come upon milestones or dates or things like that, that does sort of help me. All right, Nikki, sorry, you're probably already passed out. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I don't know exactly what Mary agreed to now that
She's a procrastinator.
Oh, she's a procrastinator. Okay, great. Oh, you're procrastinating. She answered it knowing that I wouldn't know what she was talking about. Mary, you know me so good, friend. I like that. Teresa says some folks suggest having year goals, month goals, weekly goals, daily. Yeah, that's one thing that Kirsten was saying. So Coach was saying that she likes to have both short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. Mm-hmm. And she's even challenged us to share our short. Why is it so hard for me to say? People want to say short-term, and long-term goal. So I'm thinking about it. Long-term goals are definitely harder for me.
My short-term goals are every single day. The goal of the day is to drink my water, track my calories, and get to bed on time. Those are my three goals every single day. And then my weekly goal is over 70,000 steps. But in order to do that, I have to have steps in my daily goal. So that's there.
But it's hard to sometimes, it's smart to have daily goals to meet a bigger goal.
Yeah.
Because it's the consistency in it that's going to help you meet that bigger goal.
Oh, for sure. Like whenever we did the 420,000 steps. Mm-hmm. Well, you can't wait till the last minute. So you got to break it down. So I was breaking it down. Okay, it's noon. I need to be at 5,000 steps by noon because I don't want to be, trying to get 10,000 steps between 5 and 9 p.m. because that's just going to suck.
Yeah.
So I got to get it on it early if I'm going to get it done.
Yeah, I feel like we've all walked around our houses or apartments just trying to get some extra. Just me and the dogs just be following me around like, what are we doing? Where are you going? What is happening right now? They do not like it when I start walking around the apartment. They are not fans.
It wasn't a challenge for me. It was a goal. Like I'm hitting 420,000 steps this month because I was like, I don't work and all. I was like determined. I was like, I do it. So 13,500 steps, 13,500 steps, 13,500 steps every single day.
Yeah, it was see for me that was a push. I had to push for that many.
It was a push. It was hard.
You and I both have desk jobs, especially we had to really budget that time. Ruby came to say hello to y'all. Say hello. Oh, thanks.
I was talking to a guy last night, and he has to walk a lot for his job, and he's like, we're Fitbit friends. He's like, oh, look at my steps. I got 70,000 steps, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, but your job makes you walk. Mine makes me sit. So my steps count more.
Yes, like the lady who gave 2 pennies being, that was all she had. Yeah. No, you're not wrong. There are people who get a ton of steps because they get a ton of steps. But with anything, I think once your body becomes accustomed to it, and that's why I think challenges and goal setting are important.
Oh,
because we need that forward progression, right? To keep going. Motivation's not always there, right? You can't always be motivated to do it, but sometimes for a lot of people, I think having a goal or a challenge is a form of motivation because it's a reason to, dang it, I have this challenge. Let me just go ahead and do it. Where normally maybe you wouldn't. So I think for some people who are using goals and challenges in that way, it can be very healthy. But to the point that you said earlier, too, you have to be very careful. Oh, Teresa's joining. Hold on. Let me get her. Yay, Teresa. Hello, Teresa.
Hello.
Hey, thought I'd try and join y'all.
I appreciate it very much. I'm sure you have some things to speak on goal setting as well. So I appreciate you joining the conversation. First, introduce yourself if you'd like, Teresa.
Oh, hey everybody. My YouTube channel is Weight Wellness Teresa. I haven't posted a lot recently, but getting back in the swing now. So, and I'm glad you're doing all these lives recently, Misty. It's been great to connect with
appreciate you
everybody.
being here. Yeah, and I've always enjoyed Teresa's content. She's very thoughtful in your approach to your wellness, Teresa. So I appreciate that in you. So, and now I forgot exactly what I was talking. Oh, but using goals and challenges, you also do have to be careful, like you said, Deanna, that it doesn't turn into a negative thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like by not reaching a goal. And that's why I understand setting a weight loss goal. I really do. And I have done that, right? To get below 200 pounds. Sometimes setting a date makes me anxious about it just because, again, then what if I don't hit it? Then I'm a failure, and you don't want the failure behind it. So I track my weight. I share my tracking of my weight, but I use it more of a tool than as a goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's really helped me in that regard. And I think that's part of why is because I would get at first, especially I would get defeated if I didn't meet the goal of the weight loss that I had set. Now, everybody's different, right? Some people, a weight loss goal is motivation and determination to get it done and show up every day. And if that's you, perfect. I'm just speaking for me. I found that didn't work well. And I think it was to your point because it made me not feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't want goals that are gonna, give you fodder to beat yourself up, right? So
Yeah.
be positive. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think we do it intentionally, but right. I think sometimes that ends up I am notorious for, as Deanna so aptly pointed out earlier, my brain is my biggest hurdle. My brain had me convinced we couldn't do a sit-up. For those of you who didn't know what Deanna was talking about earlier, for months and months and months, I was telling Deanna, girl, I want to do a sit-up. Deanna's like, you can do a sit-up. I'm like, I can't. I have tried. I have done everything to be able to do a sit-up. I cannot do a sit-up. I cannot do it. And I kept saying that I could not do a sit-up. And do you know what happened? I could not do a sit-up. And then the day that I figured out how to jump, which was something that I also believed that I could not do because I had not been able to accomplish it, I was like, oh, it's a mind. Oh, my brain unlocked when I jumped. And I was like, let me see if I can sit up. And there's a video on my channel of where I did that. And you can see my reaction to it. Like I was overcome a little bit and had to self-talk my way through it because I still couldn't even believe that it was happening. And then I just kept doing sit-ups. But what has happened since then is on, I know specifically 3 separate occasions, I couldn't sit up. I'd be in a boot camp with Kirsten. She's like, all right, let's get down on the ground. We're going to do sit-ups. And I'll be like, all right, great. Get on the ground. I'll be like, I'm trying to just raise. I'm like, what is happening? Get up. You can do a sit. And my brain's like, you can't sit up. And then I'm like, I know I can. Why can I not? And my brain blocks me a lot. It's a challenge.
Mm-hmm. I can totally identify with that. And just think about the opposite too, right? Like if we really start believing something is possible, like what that actually enables us to do, right?
I know. That's the one that's harder for me. I'm not going to lie. And I don't like that, but it's the truth.
And since a lot of people on here are, trying to lose weight, they want to lose weight. We have to be very, very aware of that quiet thought in our brain that tells us that we can't lose weight. Yeah. Because just like you're not being able to do a sit-up, your brain was telling you can't do a sit-up, so you couldn't. If you keep having that thought in the back of your head that says you can't, you're going to find ways to make that be true. You're going to make it be true. So you have to say, no, brain, you're wrong. I can. And I will. I'm going to do this. And I believe I will. Like every time it comes up, because you just have thought errors. You're just like, that you're just not right.
Reprogram.
You just got to reprogram yourself. Like,
yeah.
I know you think that, but you're wrong, brain.
Yeah, I mean, I talk back to myself a lot of the times. Like I shared in the live stream earlier this week, I almost lied to get out of boot camp for no reason. Why would I do? And the moment I thought about lying, I'm like, get out of the bed. And so I just got right out of bed. I was like, stop. What are you doing? Right. But it is a little bit of that reprogramming of your brain, because I had convinced myself I couldn't jump. I had convinced myself I couldn't do push-ups. I had convinced myself I couldn't do sit-ups, and now I'm doing all of those things. I have currently convinced myself that I cannot jump rope. So that's going to be the next one that I'm going to work on. Maybe I need to set a goal for jump roping, because I firmly believe I cannot do it. Which is ridiculous. And
You don't even have a rope.
I don't. I know, because I'm too scared that I can't do it, and that's the truth. But
You have a jump rope.
I know, and I can barely even do them, Deanna. Let's be honest. I hit myself with that silly little ball more often than I would like to admit. Like, even watching you do that cool, what is it, poi? What is it?
The poi, yeah.
Deanna does, you can explain it, Deanna, if you want to explain what that is.
Oh, yeah, so they're just these little balls. They're right here. They're these balls that hang on these strings, and you spin them around, and they make cool patterns and motions and stuff. I've only been working on it like 2 weeks, but it's so hard because like they have tutorials on how to do different moves. They have names, so I'm trying to do it not in just like I'm playing around. I'm trying to learn the actual movements of it. So like one I can do like on the right side, but whenever I try to switch it to the left side, my brain doesn't work that way. And I'm trying to overcome that mind-body connection. I'm trying to get that going, because like I had it in yoga, like there in yoga moves. There are certain yoga moves that like I'm like, you want me to put my what where and then how, and I don't know that I can do, and I can't like tell my leg to move in that manner. It's just not understanding. So it's like we're just rewiring our brain and getting it to understand these connections. And so it's in fitness, it's in yoga, it's in this little poi hobby that I have. Like
That's such a good point. Yeah, that's such a good point. It's in all the little habits. And I say that all the time because I've lost so much weight. I still, and I've talked about, don't have any concept of how big or small I am, depending on your perspective, right? I have no idea. And for a long time in the beginning, I didn't even understand how my body worked. And I obviously still struggle with that, because the reason I thought I couldn't jump was because for 30 years I didn't. Pretty much. The reason I thought I couldn't sit up was because for 30 years I didn't. And I had that little voice in my head that I kept listening to, whether I wanted to or not, that was like, oh, you can't sit up. I'm like, but I'm going to try. And they're like, try all you want. You won't sit up. Until the day that I was like, oh, today I can sit up. And then I did. So, but you're right. In the jumpless jump rope, it's my left hand doesn't know what the activity is. Like, what are you doing over here? Because the rest of us are doing really good. We're hopping. We got this right arm going. And then the left arm is just hitting me over and over. And I'm like, God, I'm not going to jump with you then. Get out of here. But you're right. That's a very good perspective and way to look at it is not only retraining your brain in the way that you think about yourself and your goals, but actually physically your body as well. That's great.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we got these
demo. I love a demo. I didn't expect a demo. I'm super excited now. It was really interesting.
So you'll see the difference, like in my right arm and my left arm. Like I can keep this one more vertical, but the left hand, it kind of goes wonky on me all the time.
That's exactly what I have.
So
with the jumpless ropes.
But it's just, I got to practice just trying to keep them whatever. But then there's like
same speed, and well, unless that's not the goal.
Now, if you alternate, then it even gets harder because I'm doing it not at the same time. And then whenever you start to do like crossovers, I can do it with my right hand over my left hand. But if I try to do my left hand over my right hand, it's all kind of weird and
right. Okay. It feels unnatural. And are you right-handed?
Yes.
Me too. I wonder if that has something to do with it. In that we're more, yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah, you've done really good. You're getting good at it, Deanna.
Are they heavy or what kind of like? I'm just curious.
They're really lightweight plastic.
Okay.
So whenever they hit me, because they hit me a lot. a lot. It
You're gonna
doesn't
hit
hurt
yourself
that bad.
once.
But I
Yeah.
do have to take my glasses off because I've knocked myself in the face a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, I've hit myself with my jumpless jump rope for.
But these ones are cool. They light up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. But you said it was a good workout. You said like your arms felt that the next day.
Very much. Because
Yeah, it's deceptively difficult to
just
get your
like
body.
spinning your arms, even if I'm not like doing the over the shoulder stuff, just to spin like this is a lot whenever you're not, because I'd be like practicing for like a half an hour.
Yeah.
You feel it, but then I'm doing all of this stuff. So that's a lot of movement in your back and your shoulders. That when do you move like that?
Yeah.
That's great, especially for us at keyboards all day. You can.
I'm constantly having to push my shoulders back and down because the longer I sit here, as the day goes on, I joined a call one day and I was like, "Whoa, Misty, what?" And my team was like, "Were you stressed?" I was like, "Maybe a little bit," because I literally was like this when I came on the call, and then I saw myself and was like, "Girls, slow down, relax for a second." But yeah, no, and I think that's really interesting. But I think it's interesting because I have the same thing with the jumpless jump rope because they have just the very short rope with the ball, right? Like my left hand never can get into it. It does. I'm much better at it now. And to your point, I rarely hit myself. So even that consistency of doing it,
it's just practice.
Yeah, it's just practice. And that goes, I guess, with goal setting too, right? I just need to practice it more. Be
full circle there. Way to go.
Yeah, practicing ourselves.
Sometimes I have it all together. Rarely. Yeah, I'd be smacking myself in the head too, Diana. For real. Luckily, my jumpless jump ropes aren't long enough to smack me in the head, though. So I have just smacked myself all over my forearm, and once sort of in my upper arm. But anyway. So, but yeah, no, it's the consistency in the goal setting too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And just getting good at it and moving forward.
Well, and a lot of times, a goal doesn't have to be so, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but sometimes the goal is just to show up for yourself. I'm gonna go work out every day, but I don't have to work out for 30 minutes, but I'm gonna go work out for 5 minutes every day.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the goal is just to show up in some sort of way, and then you're gonna get better at it as time goes on. So if you're, that's just something for somebody to consider if they're not, I don't know, if that's the kind of goal they need.
Yeah. I think it's so interesting the way the way I looked at it has changed recently. Like just in the last couple of days, because I've been talking about goal setting, and I do it. It's the way that I look at it. I think part of my brain still has it as a negative thing to set a goal that I don't reach, and I need to.
You don't like the word goal?
Yeah, I think I don't like the word goal.
Mm-hmm. And that's fine.
But I'm not entirely certain why, Teresa, because that's why I say I will challenge myself to get to a destination or a end goal. I don't like to call it that, but I don't exactly know what in my brain doesn't like it.
Oh, it took me a year to get from walking to exercising. Like, wait, but you are exercising. Because I was like, I don't like exercising.
But you were walking.
But I'm walking. But I'm actively walking for 30 minutes a day. I'm trying to walk faster.
Yeah.
I'm doing like intervals during my walks. But no. Don't you dare call it exercise, because that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah, isn't that, interesting.
And then finally I was like able to accept it. Oh, wow, I exercise.
Yeah. Oh, I fought fitness for the whole first year. I fought it on a live stream, on my very first live stream, actually. Nikki and Carolyn were going to do Val's ab challenge that she had done in April, and they were going to do it in May. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Y'all are ridiculous. I'm not doing fitness. I've said from the very beginning, I'm not doing fitness. We're not doing that. I did the challenge. I was like, that was okay. It was fine. And then they're like, next we're going to do Smithy's workout. Gavin over at Smithy's Fitness. We're going to do his 21-day beginner boot camp. I'm like, okay, fine. Y'all are doing it. I'll do it. Whatever. I loved it. I had so much fun doing his boot camp. I was like, holy crap, this is so much fun. And then in July, I met Kirsten and I did one of her challenges. And then it was like I kind of got hooked. But even still, and this is something that Diana just said and something that you had mentioned earlier, Deanna, was my mom told me in the beginning, just do 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Promise yourself that you'll do 5 minutes. And if you can do 10, do 10. And if you can do 20, do 20. And if you can do 30, do 30. But promise yourself 5 minutes of something. And just like she said, every time I promised myself 5 minutes, it's that thing of you're never sorry you did it. And a lot of the times it's the getting started. So my 5 minutes, some days would be just 5 minutes. Most days it would be more than that.
Now, I wonder, like with your goal versus challenge and you exercising versus walking, it's just like the connotation of what sounds fun. Like a challenge sounds fun and walking sounds fun, but like goal and exercise sound like daunting or not fun. Maybe that's the difference.
I like that perspective thought. Yeah.
When you said that, my brain was like, a goal is not fun. You're right. I do like to have fun, and I think fitness is fun now, and so I like working out long. Somebody go, you want to go again? Yeah, let's do it. It's fun, right? That's probably it, because as soon as you said that, I'm like, yeah, goals are not fun.
So maybe goal's not your word.
It's definitely not my word. That's what I have learned. And I honestly was like, I'm not a good goal setter. And everybody's like, yes, you are. And I'm like, who are y'all talking about? But it is because I set challenges for myself and meet those challenges, which is accomplishing a goal of setting a challenge and doing it is my goal, I guess, because that's no fun, I guess, Teresa. You're right. It's no fun to call it a goal.
That'll be fun.
That's interesting.
This is why we all love you so very much.
I
and
love
it's like
you.
really
I
just,
really do.
helps us to learn about ourselves and things. You opening up and sharing these stories with us is so endearing and helpful. And that's why we all show up for you, because you help us a lot.
You have helped me a whole bunch, Teresa. That's why I told you the way you're thoughtful about it is so. I love it, because I obviously overthink. I am a thinker about things, but I think the way I think is can be a little bit weird. But no, I think that's what it is. I think a goal doesn't sound like anything I want to do. It doesn't sound fun. Just like for you, Deanna, for a long time, exercise didn't sound like anything you wanted to do, but you were doing the exercise. But we're not going to call it that.
Nope. Funny.
Yeah, a lot of things are perspective, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I'm a good challenge person. Maybe I'm a good goal setter. Maybe I just need to think about it differently. Make a goal fun. What can I do that's really super fun that I can then call it a goal? Because that's too, I think you're right. If I can link it to something fun. But at the end, is it even really necessary? Because now that I sort of understand a little bit better, because I was like, why am I not good at goal setting? Because it really was like, I'm just not good at it. But I think it was just, again, the way I was looking at it. I like these conversations. They help me a lot.
They do.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are coming up on we're over an hour.
We're over.
Yeah. So I don't want to keep y'all too much longer, but I will. We all need to figure out what works for us, right? And sometimes it's little tips and tricks that you hear from different people, like, you are setting goals, Misty. You're setting challenges. You're just not calling it that. And maybe I'm not calling it that because I don't think it's fun. But so, Deanna, did you get anything done in your journal while we did Advent today?
No.
That's okay.
Actually, I did. I got I wrote down what we're eating for dinner this week.
Oh, meal planning, very important. I should make that a topic too.
We did that. Well, we did it this morning. Me and my husband sat down and had the conversation. What do you want for dinner this week? I hate that conversation.
Yeah, me too. Every Sunday.
Every single week. It's like,
I live by myself and I don't want to have that conversation with my own self. So I can only imagine having to bring somebody else into it and involve them in that planning. That's got to be more challenging.
yeah, but I don't like to go to the store and just buy ingredients and have a whole bunch of ingredients in the fridge and then try and make a meal out of those ingredients, because it always turns out that I don't have one of the ingredients. And then I'm sitting there fretting about it for 45 minutes. And then I'm like, well, let's just order a pizza because I'm tired and I'm hungry and I want to eat. So I have to have, these are the meals that we're going to eat. Do you want this, or this tonight? And I can change them out, but
right. So it's not
what we're eating.
Monday we're going to have this, a Tuesday we're going to have this. It's we're going to have tacos, we're going to have steak, whatever it is, right?
Yeah, it's more fluid. No, I don't do it so strict as like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because sometimes you get home, you don't know what your work day is going to be like. And so whatever we think about the meals, we're going to have a whole meal conversation plan thing. We should stay tuned, because come back to Missy's channel. Maybe next Saturday, we're going to talk about meal planning, because I could go into a whole thing about meal planning, and I don't,
I love to, and I think it's really important for a lot of people to do that. Meal planning.
I'm cutting it off.
Yeah, we're done talking about that. We'll come back later. We'll talk about that later.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll let y'all, any final thoughts? I know, Deanna, you've already shared your goal, and I know, Teresa, you said you were doing a vision board. So definitely y'all are thinking about those things in the future. But do you have any final thoughts, tips, things you'd like to share with the community or anybody who'd like to, or who's watching?
Well, you already said it. Don't wait until the 1st.
That's right. Yeah. What are you waiting for?
Good. And I like the idea of you write it down. You write it every day, even though if you know what it is in your head. There's something about writing it down every day that keeps your brain working on it.
It does. Mm-hmm.
See, I needed you on my live stream probably the other day, Teresa, when we were talking about journaling. Because even my mom, afterwards, my mom was like, what's the point of journaling? I was like, I don't think I really understand the point of it. And I think that's why my brain doesn't want to do it.
Maybe we need a different word for that.
That's a whole nother topic.
It is. I need to write all these down. Meal prep, journal, come back again to journaling.
We'll call that something else.
Maybe. Because
even writing or something, I don't know.
Even someone said I was telling somebody that I had that conversation. They're like, oh, I do a bullet journal. And I was like, well, I mean, that feels different.
There's so many different varieties.
Well, I was like, but that feels different. I think of journaling as sitting in a book and writing a bunch of words. For me, that's
there's like Dear Diary type journaling, and then
that's what I think of.
Bullet journaling, and then there's
I think I need a different
do list journaling. Just writing your to-do list is still journaling in a way. Is. So there's we're going to come back to that.
Well, and Gina probably uses this term too, but thought download.
Yeah.
That's what some of the folks that we're familiar with call it. They call it the thought download. Like, just get your thoughts down paper. It's not like, today I went to the market and da-da-da. But it's just like, let your brain dump on the paper and don't.
It just releases you. It's just And you also can't always see all your thoughts. And when you write it down, you're like, oh, I think that shit.
I find I answer my own.
Oh, no, you're
fine. Sometimes you answer your own questions by writing it out. You're like, why the, whatever did I do that? Oh, well, it was, like you find yourself writing the answer to yourself when you may not be able to do that in your brain.
Yeah. And see, and that's sort of what I had talked about when I did talk about, I'm sorry, we won't talk about it too much longer, but it's such a good topic. And I know y'all are both very good about journaling, is I feel like I'm going to be able to lie to myself. Like the part of me that little voice that we were talking about earlier, Deanna, that you listen to that tells you can't, that you don't even realize is there. I feel like that part is going to try to trick me when I write stuff down.
That's so valuable, though, because that it's one framework for that is those are your unintentional thoughts, and then you're like, oh, I don't I don't want to intend to have those thoughts. So I'm going to change those, work on changing them.
So you
Right.
scratch it out and you rewrite what you want to think.
Huh.
We're going to have a whole conversation.
Yeah.
On this
There's
one.
lots to talk about.
Wow. That,
I can see,
yeah.
I can see you're contemplating.
Sorry, that hit home big. Because then I can see the line, redirect the thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the power is.
Okay. Oh, we're getting closer. Y'all almost got me convinced. Maybe in 2023 we'll have a goal of journaling.
We'll come up with a sexy name for it.
All right, thanks, Teresa. I appreciate it. I need it to be cool. I need it.
And
to
you don't need anything fancy. A 3-ring, just a spiral notebook is all.
Yeah. Look, I mean,
there you go.
We'll make it fun.
This is my work binder, right? So I always constantly have a to-do list, and I use like a 4-quadrant, like what's important to me, what not important to me. So I do different things like that. So yeah, okay, yeah, maybe we'll come back around to this one. So interesting. Oh, hey, Jess Kaplan stopped in at some point. Hi,
Yep.
Jess. Sorry, I've been so invested in the conversation. Luckily, not too much in the chat. Oh, what is this, Michelle? Oh, yeah, talking about the different sides of the body being able to. And I think that's a topic that I want to talk about, too, is for those of us who have lost weight and how it connects in our own body, because I do still have problems with that. Like seeing myself in pictures or, even I was talking to Christy, another member of the Fit Squad. She's changed a lot in her size as well. And she was saying that she struggles with buying the clothes that fit. The default is to still buy the bigger clothes, right? Like, I mean, I'm in the store, I'm looking at the shirt, it's a medium, and I don't want to buy it. I want to buy the large, but I know the medium fits in the men's hoodies. It's like, I know the medium will fit. I already have one, but I still wanted to buy the large because of the way my brain thinks about it. So yeah, the brain is such a powerful tool, but it can also be a big hurdle.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the conversation. It's very, very insightful. And I didn't even eat chocolate. Oh my goodness. I haven't eaten either of my chocolates. That's fine. We'll save them. We can have extra chocolate for another day. But yeah, I appreciate you both being here very much. I appreciate all of you in the chat. Mary also needs to learn how to journal. We'll talk about it, Mary. And then I saw at some point, Natasha, that you said we could try jump roping at the park. Bet. Natasha comes to walk with us on Sunday. I sure hope it's not raining tomorrow, ladies. We'll keep a check on that. It's supposed to rain. It may be our first rain out of our Sunday walks. But I appreciate you both for being here. I really do. I hope y'all can join again if anybody else would like to join. Tomorrow we're doing the same thing. I think tomorrow we'll talk about non-scale victories, because I do still think that is something that I really want to discuss again for me, because the scale is a tool, not a goal. And I think the non-scale victories are really important. And I mean, I got some good ones, so I'm sure all of you have some good ones that you'd like to share as well. So that's what we'll be talking about tomorrow night. If you can join. Thank you, Diana, and thank you all for being here. Thank you, Deanna, for joining me, and Teresa for joining us this evening. I really do appreciate it very much. We're going to go ahead and close it out by saying, like this video if you like it. You know what? Actually, let me let y'all have any final thoughts. Do you have any other final thoughts before I let you go? I'm just going to ask one more time.
No, it's just good to have a conversation. Appreciate it.
It is.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's do it again. Like this video if you like it. Dislike it if you didn't. Subscribe if you know how. And comment down below. Do you have any goals? Are you good at setting goals? Should you not call it a goal and just challenge yourself to do it anyway? Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, I'll see you real soon. Good night, everybody.